The United States issued a fresh warning to its citizens in Jerusalem, the West Bank, and Gaza to exercise extreme caution, saying they could be targeted by those opposed to U.S. President Donald Trump's decision to recognize Jerusalem as the capital of Israel. A statement issued Friday by the US Consulate in Jerusalem called on Americans to maintain a high level of vigilance and take appropriate steps to increase their security awareness in light of the current environment. Get the Times of Israel's daily edition by email and never miss our top stories. Free sign-up. The statement warned that those opposed to the declaration may target U.S. government facilities, U.S. private interests, and U.S. citizens. Potential targets include public events, such as demonstrations, holiday events, and celebratory gatherings, hotels, clubs, and restaurants popular with U.S. citizens, places of worship, schools, shopping malls, and markets, tourism infrastructure, public transportation, and airports, the statement said. A ban on U.S. government employees traveling to Jerusalem's Old City in the West Bank issued earlier in the week also remains in effect. The warning comes after U.S. embassies in the Middle East and Europe issued warnings to Americans traveling or living there of the potential for violent protests after Trump's Wednesday decision. Within minutes of Trump's announcement, the embassies in Turkey, Jordan, Germany, and Britain issued security alerts urging Americans to exercise vigilance and caution. The U.S. Embassy in Ankara said it expects protests to take place near its location, as well as the consulates in Istanbul and Adana. The U.S. Embassy in Amman, Jordan, said it would close to the public on Thursday and has banned employees from leaving the capital. The children of embassy employees have been told to stay home from school and all Americans there are advised to keep a low profile. U.S. embassies in Berlin, London, and Minsk, Belarus issued identical warnings. Security message for U.S. citizens: possibility of demonstrations, temporary suspension of routine public services. U.S. Embassy, Amman, Jordan, December 6, 2017. Pic.twitter.com 9 Kadahayat, U.S. Embassy Jordan at US Embassy Jordan, December 6, 2017. To Israel's delight, and despite urgent appeals from Arab and European leaders and the risk of anti-American protests and violence, Trump declared it was time for a new approach to Mideast peace after decades of failure in his Wednesday address. We cannot solve our problems by making the same failed assumptions and repeating the same failed strategies of the past, the president said. He also said the U.S. would move its embassy from Tel Aviv to Jerusalem, though he set no timetable. U.S. President Donald Trump holds up a signed memorandum after he delivered a statement on Jerusalem from the diplomatic reception room of the White House in Washington, D.C. on December 6, 2017. Salob AFP. Establishing a Jerusalem embassy was a major campaign promise of Trump's and one that officials said he had focused on in discussions with top advisors in recent weeks. Trump later signed a waiver ensuring there will be no embassy move for at least another 6 months. But he also stressed that he directed the State Department to begin the process of moving the embassy as required by U.S. law, however many years that might take. After his speech, he signed a proclamation to that effect.